I know this kind of starts kind of generic, but I'm a medical intuitive along with the meetings. A lot of times spirits will come in to me how they passed away, signs, symptoms, things of that nature. I also like to blend with them, so therefore I start to get maybe some of their mannerisms and all that stuff. Not as big names being. I was a nurse, so everybody's like a condition or a room number, things of that nature. If I get a name, I will spit it out, and I say it's going to be correct, just so you know. But they test me to see if I will say it, and I do, so I don't disappoint them. In a gathering, I do like to ask them to please, please, please. I know on the way here, you're like, oh my gosh, it's going to be a gathering. I really want to talk to Grandma Sue. You know what, think about Grandma Sue, but I really want you to open up your mind to all of your loved ones, and that includes even your friends, if you told them to come, you know, you were going to come here tonight, because they like to hit your ride, okay? Because in a gathering, where people get light up here, and you told your loved ones and their loved ones and so on. I also kind of throw this out. It's a humor effect, but at the same time, it's very true. This can be very impactful. It can be a lot of fun, or it can really suck. And I always put this on your loved ones, okay? Not to make me fun. I always encourage them to come in with their personalities, okay? And if they had a lot of fun and they were, you know, great time, it's going to be fun. If, you know, you get grandma in a 4-point barber coming in and she just doesn't have much of a personality, you might want to lift it real quick, you know? So, not that we don't love grandma, but if their personalities are good, they like to do that type of stuff. Most gatherings, each person should be about 5, maybe 7 minutes tops, because we consider it to be great. Okay, it's not end up reading like a full time, like I saw her Patty, maybe with for a half hour, 45 minutes, whatever that is. It's a lot shorter. Okay, for myself, I do what's called auctioning off spirit. Okay, I know that sounds really, I'm not getting money for your loved ones, but I will go through and go, hey, I got so-and-so, I feel like I can see a bunch of stuff. And I'm going to say, does that make sense to any of you guys? If it does, put your hand up. This is not, look at your neighbors and see if you're the only one. Just put your damn hand up. Don't use my language. Okay, by the way, I swear at this point, I apologize. I'm talking English, I'm not Mexican. I will go back and get more information. Okay, and then I'm going to bring that back. Don't be surprised at that point when more hands go up instead of less, because this is when the first start to remember their loved ones. Don't worry, we get down to that one person, and a lot of times I don't even know whereabouts we're going, if that makes sense. And then we're going to kind of get into the gist of it. The neat thing about auctioning off, I can have actually 5 to 30 pieces of information out of that point, and that's really a ton. Say, I've got it down to this is yours, trust me, it's yours. Okay, if you got that much information, there's no question. I do want to say, look, if you're put your hand up in the first round, even though you put your hand down later, I want you to listen, because on the other side, spirit knows that we can't necessarily speak to everybody's loved ones out there, so they do like to piggyback off of each other. And if you've ever walked into a nursing home, there's a lot of gray hair old ladies with curly hair and walkers, okay?
I worship and adore you. Why are you running my mic? So I ran her mic the next day, and I got to watch her. But what she is she's both, and we both teach meetings. We both teach this stuff. She will be like, okay, you have it on the wall. No, I don't. Yes, you do have it on the wall. No, I really don't have it. Think about it. You have it on the wall. Oh, you're right. He's dead. She sticks to her guts. Something's wrong. I'm like, damn. And I'm going to see it. Yeah, she wants to.
Although I will tell you what, her and I were in the same area a few months ago at Tax Friend Halloween. I was in Rosemont doing a trance seance where I go under basically sleeping. She was in Rosemont. I just yes! And you know, she was there. And I'm like, I sucked the bear for that sentence.
No, she's wherever it is. Like,
Yeah.
what is art? You go with modern art and classic art and this kind of art and that kind of art. You know how we're interpreting. Interpreting. I just make up words.
I love it. And you're going to see me at this point, you see me up there very, very still. Here I start moving all over the place. I do a lot of moving. I start to talk a little bit faster. And the reason is I'm building my own energy. So to everybody, this is his energy. Everybody does it different. I do my movement.
And they know I'm kind of like,
Yeah, it's just what it is. So does anybody have any questions before we get started? It is so much more than I want to say. Oh, I love it. It's a hair. There we go.
chili.
That's what I love it. And if anybody's got a timer, start it up. I don't know how long we're going to go, but there we go. So you okay to get started? Perfect. Okay, right off the bat, I'm moving, but I'm squirming a lot more than normal. And when it's like right away, I've got a gentleman that's coming through. This gentleman, a few things are going on. I do know I have towards the end of life. He keeps talking about his hands and necessarily his thumbs and his pointer finger. I don't know why. He's also giving me a different thing with the throat area going down in the chest. He's like, this is what got me. As I stretch my shoulders up, I'm getting a lot of pain in the shoulders. He does feel like he's a very hardworking gentleman. He's also shown me through age, lost weight. I've definitely lost some muscle mass within the shoulders, within the arms. The thumbs, I don't know if he has arthritis in the thumbs, but the hands don't work quite correctly. I know I've been chilly. He's got most of my body quite warm, but the hands themselves are just cold. They're not working quite right. I do know I can work through his hands. I can feel like cold metal in my hands. I'm not sure if it's a winter or what is going on, but I do feel like I'm working with my hands. I'm very uncle, but I don't want to hold quite to the uncle quite yet. But I'm almost wondering if he's a uncle with somebody here. But he's going to step to one side. He's telling me to step to one side. So it almost feels like I'm up, uncle. So if I'm with your brother's uncle or somewhere, I know it's kind of confusing, but he's kind of going up until he's stepping to the side. So I'm hearing uncle, but one over uncle. I'm not quite sure what that means. Okay? And he keeps coming back to the respirations. He's not giving me a hard time breathing, but I'm feeling discomfort throughout the chest. Does this make sense to anybody so far? There, anybody else? 2, perfect. I'm going to keep going, okay? And he's telling me kind of go, kind of just make me cold, top to bottom, okay? And when I'm saying that feels like we're getting closer to that time of passing because now I can't regulate my body temperature. And I don't feel like this is a fast passing. It all feels like it took a little bit of time, okay? But it keeps going back. It's like, I will tell you what, people are coming to see him, say, whatever this might be. He keeps focusing on himself. I'm almost wondering if he's not maybe being able to pay attention to everybody in the room around him. Does this continue to make sense? No? Yes? We're going to stay with you, okay? So I feel, and do you understand, I keep hearing, do you understand the uncle? The uncle, he said, you have to understand the uncle. I'm not sure if the one over, but definitely the uncle portion. Does that make sense to you? Because he said that's a very strong component, okay? And is there a reason why you want to keep doing the touch right now? Sorry, like there's something going on in your life, he's just, I want to keep doing the ask. Excuse my language, but that, like you need to switch cake is what he's talking about, okay? And he's telling me to tell you to keep your nose to your own business. Does that make sense? Because if you kept yourself to your own business, you wouldn't be in the best you're in. Does that make sense to you? Thank you. And he says, I told you this, like you put me in your head. And he said, but you always had this issue. He's going, I'm always trying to protect everybody, but really he's like, just keep this clean and you'll be fine. Does that make sense to you? Thank you, darling. And is he dedication into something. Does that make sense to you? And like you're afraid to go and do that, correct? And he's like, oh my God, just go do it. Like you've always been afraid of you think, like your little square box that you like to step into. Because but every time you step out, you can do very well. You don't fall on your face, which always afraid to fall on your face. Does that make sense to you? And do you understand you saying hi to your mother? Not sure where this man's script, but hi to mom. Do you understand that, man? This is going to say hi to mom, say hi to mom. Thank you, darling. Thank you. And I'm supposed to say something about grandma, not sure if it's his mother, your grandma. So I'm going to say hi to grandma. But I think he says grandma says hi to you. It's that aspect, like grandma's already on the other side. And she makes me feel like she's the one who actually yes. Does that make sense? Like, he's okay, you'd actually rather talk to her than to him because that's more of a connection. He says, but she's not going to be a square kick in the ass like he will. Okay? Thank you. Anything else, sir? He says, no, he doesn't want to go cry. So he's going to back off at that point and leave him with you. Okay? Thank you. See, I told you I started to talk.
Well, I'm going to come in a slower pace tonight. Also male, though. Very male. He had me definitively something wrong with his elbow. Probably his right elbow, unless it's a reverse in the spirit. His arm probably has some trouble moving his arm. And also probably improving his digestion or whatever. With an old age. But he likes to eat, and he really likes popcorn. Does anybody want to claim this popcorn here? Remember, I almost think that he was somebody's teacher of some sort. Not necessarily like a school teacher, but taught something or a special class or something on something. And you might not even have known him as a popcorn eater, but he jokes with close family and friends that that's why his elbow went bad for eating popcorn. But he wears pleated trousers, a little baggier than they probably should be. Pleated trousers, a little baggier than they should be. Fun, super fun guy. You've got to know somebody there. Right there, you don't know somebody like that? That's what you're thinking of? Because he's like literally by you going, this guy knows me. Do you remember in your youth having somebody, whether a coach or somebody like that? All right. I mean, just because he's hanging that way. Nobody in this general section is going to be on him. You probably didn't know the popcorn addiction, but those who knew him closer really, really did. But I think that if somebody, one of you, again, I still think it's in this section, when you were young, he was some kind of a coach or a teacher or a helper to a coach or a teacher. Was that you? Did you have to do that? Okay, well, if nobody wants to claim him, nobody wants to claim him? Okay, then we'll just let him go. But he really likes the popcorn. Yeah. I want popcorn now too.
over here. And I'm gonna tell you what, oh my gosh, she likes when it goes over here. She keeps putting her tush higher and higher and higher in the air. The more I talk about her, it's almost like she's proud, but it's not proud of it, it's proud of her tush, okay? And it's really weird, because she's light color, she's not black, she's light in color, does that make sense? I'm not gonna say she's white, but she's light color, okay? And I am seeing like this spot, I don't know what this is, it feels like we're darker across the upper tush area, you got her back area with her, does that make sense too? And also I gotta give one piece, give it, okay? Because it's my own mental, my own thought process, okay? And she keeps putting her butt in my face. I'm not even lying, it's like, put the butt in my face. And it's almost like scrunching really hard. You know, this isn't like I want to pet you, so don't you touch me. When you're at your pet, don't you touch me. You can scratch my tush, but you cannot pet me, okay? Thank you. And the cat's got an issue in the eye because she's telling me I can't see. Does that make sense? She's getting more specific. Still on the two. She's getting more specific with I can't see, okay? I don't think this is necessarily an age thing. I feel like this might be an injury or illness or something of that nature. Does that still make sense to both of you, or just we're gonna put her in the back pretty soon? Don't worry.
There's one in every crowd.
But she keeps putting her butt in the air, and I will tell you what, she's not happy with you, and it's because she keeps touching you and feeling you, and you're ignoring her. Does that make sense? It's like you feel her, but you ignore her. Like, oh, it's whatever, blah, blah, blah. But she keeps coming. It's like she's not trying to trip you, but she's constantly in your legs, in your way. I feel like she did this in life, so she's doing the same thing in passing. But she wants you to start paying attention that she's down there, okay? So when you feel it, just kind of, oh, hello, you know, Missy, whatever the name is. I want to call her sassy. I don't know. Just ignore the name, like I said earlier. Okay, yeah, it's not close, but that's okay. She wants that attention, okay? Because she just, I don't know if her butt can get any higher up in the air. I mean, it is high, okay? It's almost like she's at elbows to the push up. I'm going to leave her because, again, I don't want to do that. She don't keep setting up and looking all night. Just so y'all know, if you don't see anything, you go, it's her, she just wants attention tonight. So,
You just got itchy. I just got itchy.
oh, okay.
There's we have an itchy person there. There's some food there. And I think they're yours. I'm going to point out the person. Do you know somebody who has skin condition? I got all the nice ones. It's like, I get the female is like a definite relative, and again, probably not talked about because it was under the thing, because she put it into right in the connection, right on my edge, and she, definitely a relative. Yeah. But she says you just don't have to take care of the whole world. But you can do. And stop it. Stop it. And it just won't water. I don't know. As weird as that sounds. How little that, how little something. I don't know. You know what it feels like? It will change everything. That's what she's saying. It will change everything. Oh, you're gonna buy it. You're gonna buy it. They'll live in there. Is there, do you, her name? She's on there and she's away. Name somebody that you think it might be. Name three people. Okay. Oh, there you go. Look where she came to me. To talk about you.
Sheldon calls it, so she was very like the proper like home, like proper. I mean, she military camp leader, that's what she would refer.
Proper. That's it. Yeah. That's what they say. She what put together a proper. So yeah, she's there for you. Super strong. You feel her sometimes?
Yeah, I haven't really followed around it.
Well,
My great grandma says they call it that.
Well, she's the one with the she was. Yeah. She's the one who says just let it breathe, liquid, water, and you. Anything you want to ask her, tell her to say.
Her daughter and her
She, yeah, she likes, she doesn't need to take warm very much, if that makes sense. She doesn't need to, she's sitting next to you in a warm and your good outfit. She's more like floating above you and you see her eyes go up when you have dogs. Or cats little kids around like looking up at nothing. That's her, because she wants to work like you. Yeah, which is good. So yeah, so she's great. In my experience, these people are almost always great. Oh gosh. I mean, it's like those 20,000 books people wrote about that died and then they had to come back. Most of them want to come back. So anyway, she is here and you can get rid of that. It's all that.
They always come through their personality when they were here. It's like, oh, okay, sometimes like us, zero customers are very good. It's weird, they're not customers. It's weird, they never swear, they never cuss. What they would have called us words anyway. So, but they don't get us those words here. So, and you always look really through the personalities.
No, you don't go.
It's a teacher in me. It's a teacher. First two. Yeah. So I want to go into gosh, it seems to be a lot of gentlemen here tonight. And this one, I want to shut my eyes, I want to go to sleep, and I want to say this guy, I'm working on board. Because I shake my head and it's like motion sickness, and I know that's a lot. You feeling me? And my mouth is really drying out. And you just go through the process. You does it. This is end of life. Care care hospice care, something of that nature. You just tell me it took a little bit of time. His mouth is being dry, his throat is being dry. I do feel like this is also like a food
it's lining up with my grandpa a lot.
That's okay, well, I can. Just like it's a drama. Okay, let's get started. I believe we're probably sitting with you, I just want to get this word out there, okay? Thank you. He keeps going back to my email, like, he's really, like, this needs to.
Oh, I can't remember because I was like the reason.
Please show me up. Yeah, like you're done when you have it, okay? It's just like, he keeps talking about the weather. Like, the weather destroys a lot of stuff, okay? So I don't know if he's from this area or if he's a farmer or what's going on with the weather. He's talking about the weather, being my friend with the weather. He likes to back to his body and tell us when the weather. Does that make sense to you? Like, the weather's important to make or whatever.
It kind of sounds vaguely familiar.
Okay, it's just the weather's important, okay? Thank you. And the weird thing is I feel like whatever, he went into it, the rest of the family did not. So like, he was a farmer, nobody else is a farmer. You know, it feels like he did one thing and nobody's following after him. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Because he's making me feel like the family traditions passed away. Okay, like those are, does this make sense to anybody else yet? Yeah. Well, he's still with us, we just think one of them. So, thank you, that's awesome. I love that. Come on in. Okay, come on in.
I was gonna say something else, but I don't know if you want to hear it right here. There's a woodworker guy here.
Oh, I love that.
My grandpa did woodworking.
You're right. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna say. He was really good. So I think he must have gone and came in and said, this is what you work.
That's what it is. This is
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
No, because it's like, this isn't about work. Does that make sense? Like,
Kind of.
so, people aren't doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But do you have an interest in it? Does that make sense? Like, there's not a hobby thing.
No, not for me, not really.
Who's got the interest in the family then? Does that make
Honestly,
sense?
I'd say my uncle, one of my uncles.
He's talking, there's an interest there. It's not, we're actually doing it, but there's an interest.
Yeah.
So you know, we might pick up some shirts or whatever, we've got an interest. Okay?
Yeah, my uncle.
But he's all thoughts, he's all thoughts. Okay, so even if he's got an interest, he's all thoughts. Okay? Thank you. And who works with radio, the radio images? I don't think it's paranormal equipment, unless it's just you and radio frequency. I don't know what this is.
I'm in military radio.
Oh, okay, thank you. Was he in the military? Do you know?
But I
He was.
don't think I would work.
Okay, that's fine.
He wasn't.
But he was in the military. Okay. I just feel like speaking as either you or somebody in the family works with radio. I'm seeing it as radio, but I feel like it's more like electronics.
Yeah.
Okay, just electronics in general. I think he's just showing me the radio, he's showing me the intricate insides of it, not,
You want to right now, I can think of for like electronics or anything really.
you're selling yourself short. Does that make sense to you? You're selling yourself short?
Kind of.
Like you're smarter than you
Yeah.
say you are. Does
Yeah.
that make sense? Like you
Yeah.
take an IQ test, woo, that'd be higher than what you said.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Like you
Yeah.
keep saying like, I'm different, really, you're there. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
that makes a lot.
Because he's saying you sell yourself short.
Yeah.
You sell yourself short, okay? And there's a lot that you would like to do, but you kind of keep yourself from doing those things. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
And he's just saying like, you need to open the doors and start walking through them because you've had opportunities, doors of opportunities that you don't walk through. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, not for me, not whatever. But he's saying that you give yourself excuses like, oh, that's not something I want to do. That's not. But you're not looking at the opportunity well enough to see it's not something. And he's still trying to open the doors just so you know. Because he's just like, you open them, he doesn't want to. I open them, he doesn't want to. I open it, he's about to push you through. You know what I mean? Because he keeps saying, you keep asking for something better. But when it presents, you're afraid to walk through it. Like almost like you think you're not good enough for what the opportunity is there. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
And he's saying, if you're not good for it, we have to go away somehow. Just walk through. Just walk through. Okay? Anything else? I feel like you have to go talk to like one of his kids, but I feel like I got a Swiss size 9 to push you through.
Like a size 9 shoe.
Yes. Okay, guys. Size 9, you're pushing through. He's not going to pass you. He's telling me 1 year's time, you won't recognize yourself in 1 year's time. Like opportunity's gonna be knocking, you're gonna take it, and you won't recognize yourself. But it's a good thing, not a negative thing, so don't be afraid of it. Okay? Don't be afraid.
I know, the woodworking is so strong, the woodworking is like, this is really big.
And you're so funny because I can that. I down there and I let you hang
I
out.
know,
And it's like,
I know.
no, and he's like, don't fix it.
And I say that's great for the door open. That is wild. I am seeing the prettiest drapes, curtains, not theater curtains, that Did somebody have, this is a female, either, I don't know if she made them herself, but her decorating style was very primitive. The prettiest, curtainiest, drapiest, is yours?
No, it's right now.
Are you redoing the curtains there? I thought it was. I'm not seeing anybody yet that needs to see a curtain. Is there somebody here wanting to redo the drapes and curtains here at the theater? They're beautiful here. I don't, so if it's a woman's very correct. Yeah, I don't know that. Are you obsessed with drapes and curtains? Yes. Are you going off again? Okay. Well, if you're just at the theater, we're supposed to be focusing on these people. But you don't care. Okay. Just, we're going to cross if you're just one of the people there. No. You're here with the theater and you're here with her. Well, we're going to let you just go with her by yourself. I know, those are weird curtains, there's not no fun. All right, we'll let her go. But you guys, the visions I am seeing, she could do this person. Just saying. Yeah. Oh, yeah. More is more. More is more. The school of more is more. Yeah. Yeah. More is just not. Yeah. We can go to God. But again, she's not on the door, so we will let her do her part on her own. Lot of men. A lot of men. I'm trying to pull out women and they don't belong to me. This is hard. I'm seeing I'm getting somebody who's a game player, like cribbage, poker, Monopoly, board game, especially cribbage. Does somebody have a grandpa or a great grandpa like that?
Yeah.
You do?
But yeah.
Your dad? He's on the other side?
Yeah.
And did he play cribbage?
Yeah.
Cribbage. This is about cribbage. This guy is dad? Yeah. So who are you here with? Yeah. I was surprised I recognized cribbage for it, but I did. So, yeah. He loves you very much. And there's something he didn't understand, but he understands now. Does that make sense to you? And he's saying something about April. You Was it part of you when it came before the fact? He was, but he's not now. He's
Right.
fine now. He's good. And he was ready to go.
He was so young.
Huh?
He was so young. He was only 40 then.
Yeah. But his body wore out.
Yeah.
His body wore out.
Yeah.
And he's really like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
And he was actually colorblind. And then he couldn't see red or green.
He was like, no.
Yeah. So he bought a car, station wagon, and it was this ugliest green. And when we brought it home, he was like, "Hey, look at this blue car." He was colorblind.
He likes blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Okay. What makes up for this game? That is pretty funny. He's good. He's proud of you. And he hangs outside a window at your house. Where you live. You have a window that a lot of light comes through?
Yeah.
Okay. Who likes to sit out?
And he likes to knock on the window.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Like a window locked, he likes to see the sun coming through, the shadow.
He was very early riser.
Yeah. See the sun coming through. Yeah, he's good.
Okay.
All right, next time I see you.
All right.
Is it fun?
One other lady got in the room, just died laughing. I was like, you can't whip him up. Okay, let's talk about the one I didn't want to talk about because I have so many feels like they were in an accident of some sort before they passed away. It's another gentleman, it feels like a gentleman, feels very masculine to me. Part of my back hurt, my neck hurts, my leg hurts. They haven't given me like metal in my head, they haven't given me sunburns or anything like that, but I do definitely know there's an accident in the past. Okay? And it feels like it's a quicker passing because of the accident. I feel like there's an accident, maybe not passed away on scene, but very shortly after the scene. Does that make sense so far? Anything before I continue?
Yeah.
Should we thank you? Something got in the way, or they got in the way. I don't know if that makes sense, because I keep hearing they got in the way, they got in the way, they got in the way. So it feels as if I'm not sure what the cause of this is, but I keep hearing it over and over and over again. They got in the way, they got in the way, they got in the way. Okay? And it feels as if they knew this accident was going to happen before it happened, because I can feel almost like there's a adrenaline rush going through. So it's not like I felt sick of the wheel. I can see it happening before it actually happens. Okay? And I do feel as if I'm almost feeling the time warp feeling, because I feel as if time kind of stayed still for a moment. You're making me feel like I'm going through a portal. Wouldn't this make sense even if you weren't there for that? Thank you. And do you understand if I say, when I say, even though they're putting somebody else down the way, they're taking responsibility for the actual
Like they don't want to blame on somebody else. I don't know what the blame was. I don't know if it's just because they are the cause of the accident, but there's something that they could have changed. The accident would not have happened. Maybe they were drinking, or I don't know if they're drinking or what's about, but whatever they did, if they had not done it, the accident may not have happened. Does that make sense? For both of you, just the one. Okay. He's not showing you drunk, he's just saying there's something like that. I don't know what this is.
They're there.
Okay. But they're also saying that there's something that's swerved in the way of them, so it's not just I'm drinking, it's because it's something I've done, but there's also something in the way. So it's almost like if I hadn't been doing this, the action would have happened, but because I was doing this and this happened, this is why the action happened. Right? Messed up things is not giving you the alcohol system. You don't make you feel the alcohol, but I feel like I'm this time warp. Okay? I'm asking for something because I can't get clarity on it. I'm asking for something a little bit more definitive. Would you understand, like, doesn't feel like there maybe is a seatbelt, because I feel like I'm thrashed around inside. So I'm not sure there's not a seatbelt or some mechanical, some thrashed around inside. Does that make sense to both of you? Because it's not just like a seatbelt up and down, it's I'm thrashed around, and I feel like possibly either my back is cracked or something else is cracked. There's some more damage than just passing away in the state. Would that make sense? He's not trying to give me the gruesome details. He's trying to make me feel all those things. He's making me feel it's almost like thank God I passed away because I didn't want to feel this. Okay, because it makes me feel like it's very dramatic. Does that make sense? Thank you. And I feel like there's some sort of communication not done prior to the accident. Okay, so there's something I need to talk to. There's something I need to be said, and that conversation did not happen before I passed away. Now, this isn't just because it's a good passing. I'm not sure if there's an argument or a fight or something going on, a separation of somebody prior to the passing. Would that make sense? I'm staying with both of you. I don't know why. I know I got one or the other, but I feel like this is very crucial. Okay, that's why I'm not going to consider one of you. But would that make sense for both of you? If there's a conversation, a separation, an argument, something of that nature. Does that make sense? I had to go with both. And I got chills from head to toe. Okay? Thank you. The hell, right there, bullet. Sorry. I just heard that in my head. I don't know if that belongs to at any level.
Yeah.
Oh, is he bully too? Okay, because all I heard was that right there, bully. I have a feeling I'm with you because of that. But to both of you, I have to say I'm sorry. Okay? This isn't just a general I'm sorry, but I have to say I'm sorry. Okay? It's weird because I go like this. It's almost like I'm trying to orchestrate two conversations, so it's almost like I've got two coming in, not just one. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because it feels as if there's something undone or something left not done, or a feeling of it not being done before he passed away. And other things fell because of that situation. Okay? So it's not sorry for a lifetime, it's sorry for this one act that caused this to take me away. He also wants to come through and just say that there's absolutely no accidents. This was his time. This was his time. Okay? So as much as he says, I should do this and this should have done, this would not happen, something else would have happened to pull him out of life because this honestly was just his time. Okay? So also something about the interruptions within life. Get about waiting for the interruptions in life. Okay? The weird thing is I think part of this is for you, but then I feel like part of this is for you, like this interruptions in life, or allow yourself to be kind of like focus interrupted. Does that make sense for you? Like focus interrupted? Like you're on one path and you get knocked off a little bit. Like please keep coming in and knocking you off. Does that make sense for you? And stop the interruption. Stop the interruption. It's okay to bring it back and say, you can wait until later and I'm going to finish this. You know, it's a shark, it's not me, it's a shark, it's only because he's not focused to, it's almost like I get focused here, and I feel like I'm getting a hard time. Is it you? Maybe a little short? Okay, does it feel, sorry. It just be a little nicer, okay? So it's kind of like, you know what I mean, and then come back to this, because we're saying, feel a little nicer, okay? Because it feels as if sometimes it can come off as fresh, even though you got time to be fresh. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to you. It's so weird, because it could was one voice in my head, but I know I've got two. You know what I mean? It's so weird. It's almost like I got twins on the other side, and going ding, 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 ding. One of you is going to get up, lifted up a little higher. Like that. I feel like this one should be lifted up higher. I don't feel like this is internal. And every other final healer, they almost feel as if you're going to learn more or bring yourself up higher. Does that make sense? I don't know if this is slowly and what this is like. You know what I mean? Where you go into a higher level than where you're at now. And I don't think this is education on this side. I think it's education on the other side. Okay? I feel like I need to tell you get these symbols. I don't know what that's about. I know breaking the symbols. I don't know if you know the patterns or not, but it's like get these symbols. They were to call the extra fluff. It's not needed. Okay? And allow yourself just to be elevated up. When you're doing healings, it feels like you come out of your body and you need to be able to leave yourself up there because that's really what the healing is going to take place. Not just for everybody else, but also for yourself. Okay? Thank you. And I don't know if this is definitely that high or what this is, but I don't know if that's you or not, but it's put it down, put it down, put it down. It just gets in the way. You can't do anything when that's occurring. Okay? I'm thinking. I'm going to, well, this is for both of you guys because I think I got both of them. Who's got the sun in your world? Sun. I don't know if it's your son or somebody's got a sun around you. There's something, I know that's not you, I know it's you because they really look like this. Sun. And it, well, because it's welcome the sun. Welcome the sun. I'm wondering if it's your sister having a boy. Because I'm very welcome the sun. I wonder if she's getting a boy because you're welcome the sun. And I just thought about that now. So either way, before I get into predicting the birth, I'm not taking blame of this. No, I've only been around once. So I try not to because I'm afraid for it. I've got a really good record that one. I'm not going to pull that one out.
How are you doing on time? 4 minutes?
Yeah,
4 minutes. Okay.
Her eyes sparkle. I did the job of it. And she just lit up.
There's just so many here. And they go away.
They are.
They go on.
Okay, this way, this way, this way.
This person is almost embarrassed or ashamed from that because you have falling out. And I'm not really understood. They were a male or they were a woman, but it's really understood.
think a lot of